Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. Follow me on Instagram at P for P Boxing Real News. What is going on? This episode right here is sponsored by Morton Sea Salt. All right, because a lot of you motherfuckers gonna be salty after this. But let's get started. Right, we'll put that right there for you motherfuckers. Right. Deontay Wilder says he wants to kill Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Right after Tyson Fury put this dude to retire, to basically talks of retirement. Okay, he comes out. Deontay Wilder comes out and he says in an interview, right? He says, "Why would I go to the authorities when I could get paid millions of dollars?" Deontay Wilder says he refused to go to the police over Tyson Fury cheating claims so he could kill him in the ring as he talks up a fourth fight between the pair. All right, so Deontay Wilder's obviously, he's still delusional. He still believes that Tyson Fury cheated him. He still believes that Tyson Fury did this and did that to him. But in reality, we already know what happened. Deontay Wilder just got punished in all three fights, right? So then he goes on and he says, and when asked whether he would report such claims to the authorities, Wilder said he would rather get justice by trying to kill Fury in another uh, boxing match and take a hefty payday while doing so. So obviously, this guy, I feel bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Is not as, I would say this is laughable, but it's not, right? Because he's extremely passionate about this, right? He really believes this inside of his head, and people gassing him and telling him, "Yeah, man, you got cheated. There's no way you would have lost. You got cheated, this and that." People are fueling and egging him on for him to believe this. It's sad, to be honest. Oh, let me check. Mic check, mic check. All right, we Gucci. It's sad. It's sad to see Tyson Fury in the state. Deontay Wilder in this state of mind where he feels like, you know, there was something going on, right? There was something going on, and he just can't gather his thoughts to why he lost, right? But in reality, we saw the fight. You know what I'm saying? We saw the fight, and it's just ridiculous that he would think that. You know what I'm saying? That he would really think that something went on. Um, and he says he has proof, but where is the proof? You know what I'm saying? That's why they're asking him, why didn't you go to the authorities? Because I'd rather take justice into my own hands, is basically what he's trying to say. But in reality, you don't have anything to really back up anything that you're saying, right? You just think that, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have any facts. You don't know. You don't have any footage. You don't have anything to back that up, right? So he doesn't have a claim. He doesn't have a case to work on at the end of the day. And him saying that he could take it into his own hands and this and that. I mean, it's laughable because, dude, in the third fight, you literally got your ass whooped. Even worse from the second fight and the first fight. You know what I'm saying? So it would be understandable if Tyson Fury barely got past him in the second fight, barely got past him in the third fight. But nah, he gave him an ass whooping in all three fights. So it's just crazy to me. And it says Deontay Wilder has said he would rather hurt Tyson Fury inside the ring and get paid millions while doing so instead of going to the authorities over cheating claims. Wilder accused Ricky Hatton of moving the Gypsy King's gloves to reduce the padding around his fists in their first fight and said Fury put something the size and shape of an egg weight in his gloves during the second fight. I mean, it just gets more laughable and laughable. Like, it just reminds me of that cringy ass video that he had made talking about the size of an egg weight form on the side of my head. Like that's all that's replaying in my head right now. Is when he did that cringy video with the lights dimmed, overlooking the city. You know what I'm saying? And it was just cringy, and it was just like, dude, like I don't think that people are masterminding plans to take you down, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? You're not that hard to take down, right? But he couldn't fathom the fact that I have 40 something wins and I've knocked out everybody. Why can't I knock this guy out? And he can't fathom that. And him in his head, he's replaying that, replaying that, replaying that. And it's an ass whooping every time he replays that. And it's just sad. Big Rick James says, in all honesty, you don't think Fury's gloves look funny like his hand was at the wrist part of the glove? Bro, there's so much footage of different fighters all over the sport from the time of the sport started to now. You know what I'm saying? And there's different fighters that you could go back, watch the tape, and their gloves look like that. It's gonna look like that, especially in still shots. You know what I'm saying? If you play that shit in real time, you'll just see him fucking opening his whole arm up. You know what I'm saying? But the gloves that he's using obviously are horsehair gloves. You know what I mean? Not made out of memory foam and shit like that. You know, there's different styles of gloves, like there's different styles of basketball shoes, there's different styles of soccer shoes. They have different technology into everything that they do, right? But those gloves are more of a puncher's glove. You see what I'm saying? So those gloves are a little bit more loose than other gloves. It's not nothing wrong with it. It's just a different type of technology, right? If you're a fighter that has more brittle hands, you'll go with a more memory foam that has more padding inside of that glove, where a stronger padding inside of that glove. Where if you're a puncher and you want to gain more punch, a bigger punch, you'll go with a horsehair glove. You see what I'm saying? So it plays into, if you go back and you could watch anybody and you'll see the same patterns from every fighter. It's just still shots make it look worse than what it really is. But in reality, at the end of the day, I can't be for certain that, oh yeah, nah, Tyson Fury, this and that. Nah, of course, right? But it's just laughable that he keeps thinking this, and it's been 3 fights and he's lost 2 of them, got knocked out in both of them. See what I'm saying? So it's crazy, you know, when a conspiracy is out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't really be like, nah, 100%, because at the end of the day, you really don't know. The conspiracy is already out. You see what I'm saying? Once a conspiracy is out, it's hard to battle against a conspiracy, because at the end of the day, you don't 100% know, right? It's like if I come on YouTube and I just start doing conspiracy theories, you know what I'm saying? And 1,000 people start believing me. Well, that's just, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna take that word for it. You know what I mean? And they're gonna question everything else. See what I'm saying? So it's whatever you want to believe in at the end of the day. But if you want to believe in that, it's all. I mean, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think it's laughable, because he came out with so many excuses time after time, and in reality, it just looks like he doesn't know why he lost, right? In reality, he met his match, and in reality, he lost. See what I'm saying? And you would be in that third fight. Obviously, they were way more cautious. Let's say in that third fight, right? Let's say Tyson Fury, let's go with your plan, right? Or what you're saying. Tyson Fury cheats in the first fight. Let's say that, right? You remove the pad and this and that. Okay. Get the draw, right? Second fight, let's say he got an egg weight inside of his glove. So this third fight, obviously in that first and second fight, he already has speculations, already put out the conspiracy. So why? So in that third fight, obviously they were more cautious as a team. They were right there down their throats, telling him everything. But in the third fight, he comes out and he gets his ass fucking whooped, right? So it's obvious that it wasn't it. I don't think that it was a cheating anything. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious. You know what I mean? How you gonna come out in that third fight when you're like, yeah, nah, he cheated me in the after the second fight. Oh yeah, he cheated me. He had an egg weight. He had this, he had that. It was my trainer. My trainer was some shit. He threw in the towel. This and that. All right, goes down the whole list of possibilities. My suit was too heavy. Everything, right? He goes down the whole possibility, right? First fight, second fight, same thing, right? He still has the allegations. He comes out with the conspiracy theories, but people are egging him on, right? It's people fueling him. It's not just him out of nowhere, like, nah, yeah, it was something. But if nobody fuels him, nobody would give a fuck, and he wouldn't give a fuck, and he would just have to accept that he lost. But since people are fueling him, gaslighting the shit out of him, then he feels like himself. He's like, yeah, no, you know what? These motherfuckers are that stupid. Then yeah, hell yeah. No, you know what? They cheated me, bro. They cheated the shit out of me. You know what I mean? But the third fight, obviously they were way more cautious. I'm pretty sure they were on top of every single thing. It was nothing that Tyson Fury could possibly do. He probably couldn't impede. Probably had all the trainers in the world from Deontay Wilder's camp watching him. But dude, in reality, he comes out and he gets his ass whooped even worse. You know what I'm saying? He gets his ass whooped even worse. So I mean, like, yo, it's just you have to accept the fact that some guys are just better. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are just better. Like Deontay Wilder has a great story. He has a great story. He's starting to really put shade on his story, to be honest. Like, people are starting not to fuck with him. You know what I mean? People are really starting to not to fuck with him because of the way he's handling things. He has a great story. He started boxing at 19 years old. He used to work delivering beer. You know what I'm saying? A true underdog story. Had a great career in boxing. Won a bronze medal in the Olympics. You know what I mean? And you're gonna throw all of that success, all of that love, all of that stuff that you brought to fans, and you're gonna throw that away because you feel or you think that you're not 100% sure, but you're gonna say that somebody really cheated you and throw stains on their name, and you think that people are gonna keep fucking with you. I don't think so, bro. I just don't think so. I fuck with Deontay Wilder. I used to fuck with Deontay Wilder. I don't fuck with him no more because as a man, I just don't feel like, okay, bro, like, you lost, but you're still making these excuses. You're still making these excuses. It's not like you're like, we lost. I lost. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I lost. You know what I mean? Simple as that. And you're saying that he cheated you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I just can't get down with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And in the third fight, you come out and you get whooped. And I actually had money on Deontay Wilder beating Tyson Fury in that third fight. You know what I'm saying? Where most of his fans, most of the people that I have vouching for him and talking all this shit probably didn't have a single dollar on that dude's fucking name that night, because they was gaslighting the shit out of him, but they know he doesn't have the skills, right? But me, I felt like Deontay Wilder had something to prove. I felt like Deontay Wilder was going to come out and he was going to fucking put on a performance of a lifetime. I thought that he was going to get everything he was gunning for. With all those allegations, with all those conspiracy theories that him and his fans have been promoting for months. You know what I'm saying? Have been promoting for months. With all those allegations, with all of that, I was still like, yo, you know what, man? I feel like Deontay Wilder has a fucking opportunity to capitalize right here. He has a new trainer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, he's going to come out and he's going to put on a great performance. I thought that Deontay Wilder was going to win that fight, so I was confident enough to put money on Deontay Wilder that night. And what happened? Right? I was like, nah, you know what? Maybe you never know. You never know, right? Deontay Wilder has something to prove tonight. And what happened? See what I'm saying? And it's not that all because he lost, I'm not a fan. Hell no, it's definitely not that. It's because I fucked with Deontay Wilder's story. I like that he was an underdog. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he felt cheated. He's the fighter. You know what I'm saying? 100% you can't blame that type of shit on him. You got to blame his fans for gaslighting him, right? He, as a fighter, he's inside of the ring. He doesn't really know what the fuck is going on. But that third fight, you would think that they're very cautious about what's going on. So you would really think that they're on top of shit, right? But he comes out and he gets demolished by Tyson Fury. So obviously it wasn't a cheating thing. It was more of he just has more skills. Simple as that, right? He just has more skills. Simple as that. Deontay Wilder, you know, he wants a fourth fight, but in reality, stay away from that guy. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from that guy and keep that guy's name out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no point of you talking about a guy that he beat you already. You know what I'm saying? He beat you. It's time to create more success. More success. Stop gaslight. Stop getting gaslighted. Stop allowing these fanboys to really gaslight you so that they taint your image at the end of the day, right? Those are the guys that are in the forefront. They're pawns. At the end of the day, those guys are pawns. And everything that they say is just to gaslight and to fucking get more views and shit like that. It's to capitalize off of your name. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the best interest in you. If they had the best interest in you, they'll be like, yo, Deontay Wilder, yo, you need more skills, bruh. Don't take this fight because you gonna need this dude right here. He got some shit. He got some shit. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's on him if he wants to take the third fight or not. And obviously he took it, but obviously he took it and got his ass whooped. But it's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? People gaslighting the shit out of people, and it's sad. It's sad to see because these fighters, you know, I guess they feel fighters watch. You know what I'm saying? Fighters watch all the time. When you click on YouTube and if you're watching boxing, somebody's shit might pop up. You know what I'm saying? And they might click if it's a little interesting. You know what I mean? So they watch. But at the end of the day, bruh, don't allow yourself, if you're a fighter and you're watching this, if you ever watch this, don't allow yourself to get gaslighted by nobody. Especially on here, especially anywhere, Twitter, wherever the fuck you're at. Don't get gaslighted by these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because fanatics are fanatics for a reason. They're fucking, you know what I mean? They go nuts. You know what I'm saying? They think that you're all high and mighty, and that's all they're gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? That you're all high and mighty. Keep doing your thing, keep pushing forward, be successful, and that's it. But I believed in Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I put money on Deontay Wilder to win that third fight. You see what I'm saying? I was confident. I was very confident. And I was very confident putting that money in. Obviously, it didn't work out for me. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like he was gonna get the job done. But obviously, it was Tyson Fury was just such a better fighter. He's a better fighter. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I think that Tyson Fury, it's gonna be hard for like an Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk to beat him. It's gonna be very hard, right? It's gonna be very hard because he's a really good fighter. You didn't lose to a bum. That's one thing too. Like he didn't lose to a bum. He didn't lose to somebody that's not good. He didn't lose to somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that you're like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? He didn't lose to that. You know what I mean? He lost to somebody that was very good. And he was the better man that night. You know what I'm saying? And I think in all three fights, he was just that good. Tyson Fury was just that good. In that first fight, Tyson Fury really had to get a feel for Deontay Wilder, right? And it was a very close fight. And a lot of people lean Tyson Fury winning that fight. Some people lean Deontay Wilder winning that fight. And Some people lean for that draw. I mean, it was a very good fight, 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? But that second fight, he comes out and he just looks way better. You know what I'm saying? Gets a new trainer. They start working on new things. And, obviously it worked out for him. The third time, this was after the conspiracy theories. He makes up all he says all these conspiracy theories, right? And then that third fight, you would think that that team is so united. You would think that that team is so uh, cautious about everything that Tyson Fury in his locker room does that you feel like, okay, let's see if he cheated you, right? Let's see if he cheated you. But obviously, the case was he didn't cheat you. You know what I'm saying? The same outcome was in that third fight. And I think that third fight was actually worse than the second and the first. You know what I'm saying? So what was the excuse then? You know, and to come out here and be like, yeah, I want a fourth fight. That's good, right? Yeah, I want a fourth fight. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the fighter. At the end of the day, I don't blame Deontay Wilder for winning that fourth fight at all. I don't blame that at all. You know what I'm saying? And if it happens, that's great. He gets another shot at the titles, right? At the title. But what I do have a problem with is just that you just keep going with this egg weight shit. You keep going with the same bullshit. You know what I mean? That's the thing that just really just like, it's like, dude, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's distasteful. It really taints you as a fighter. It taints your legacy, how people look at you. It taints everything. For what? For 100 fucking guys or 10 guys that are on YouTube fucking gaslighting you every day? Come on, my guy. That's ridiculous. That's borderline nuts. You see what I'm saying? Because 10 guys and their pawns, these pawns are out here just gaslighting you, and you see that there's probably like 100 people in the chat. That's their whole fucking fan base, brother. That's it. Stop allowing these dudes to gaslight you. That's their whole fan base. It's 100 to 200 people in one chat, and they fucking go along the whole day. That's it. That's it. They don't have no fans like that. Come on, man. Be serious. Don't let these dudes gaslight you and put you in positions where you fucking yourself up for dudes that, come on, man. That shit is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, right? But he probably felt comfort. You know what I'm saying? He probably felt comfort in talking to people that felt the same way as he did, right? He felt, in his mind, he felt like, yo, what happened? He couldn't understand what happened. He couldn't understand what happened. Deontay Wilder obviously couldn't understand what happened in his mind. When he starts hearing the rumbles, when he starts hearing people gaslight him, when he starts hearing people promoting conspiracy theories, when he starts hearing those rumbles, he's like, oh yeah, this is what happened. So he felt comfort. He feels comfort. You see what I'm saying? He feels comfort because they feel the same thing that he did. They feel that he got robbed. So he feels like he got robbed. You see what I'm saying? But it's sad. But he's tainting his whole entire shit, to be honest, because a lot of people that were probably fans of Deontay Wilder stopped being fans of Deontay Wilder, right? At the end of the day, people go on with their lives. You see what I'm saying? You're not almighty. You're just a guy that fights, and a lot of people are entertained by it. You see what I'm saying? And let's be honest, a lot of these people are just people that are good at what they do, and people just like watching them, and they're entertaining, right? They're just there to entertain you for 30 minutes, an hour, or however long the fight lasts. But after that, nobody gives a fuck about you no more. See what I'm saying? Nobody really cares about you. Then they start hearing you and allegations, conspiracy theories, and you start coming up with all this extra bullshit, and people are just like, okay, like, nobody's gonna talk, nobody's gonna fuck with you no more. You know what I'm saying? And then, obviously, then you have to have the mindset where I don't give a fuck about what nobody says about me, or that same mindset And then that mindset will eat you up, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, oh, they all hate me, this and that. Well, you made yourself hateable. You see what I'm saying? It's just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like athletes. It's like any athlete, you know, they're there to just entertain you for the moment. They're not there to entertain you for the rest of your life. You see what I'm saying? It's not. You know what I mean? People go on with their lives. People have lives. You see what I'm saying? So it you know, some people just feel like they're all high and mighty, but in reality, you're not. You're just not. You're not, dude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know, man. You know, full fight for Deontay Wilder. I would love to see a full fight with Deontay Wilder, because I just feel like, yo, it's a good fight to have. You know what I'm saying? It's a good fight for the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division, we've got a lot of names in the heavyweight division, but still, those top names is always right now. As of right now, the top names is still Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Let's be very clear about that. Those are still the top names, and people still want to see those fights. Fight Anthony Joshua. Fight Alexander Usyk. Try to get a fight with Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Get a full fight with Tyson Fury. I don't give a fuck. I love to see those fights. Those are great fights to watch. They're very entertaining fights, right? The press conferences are very entertaining. The everything about heavyweight fights, where it involves Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? It's just very entertaining, right? So, and those fights are very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So if they fight, you know, let's see who's the best out of the four, right? And then you have younger guys that's coming up into the game of the heavyweight division. You got Jared Anderson, you got Frank Sanchez, you have F.A. Ajagba, you have you have different dudes that are still there. That it's a pretty loaded heavyweight division. So it's a lot of names to be fought. Andy Ruiz is up there. You know, and so on and so forth. You know, he's going to be fighting Robert Helenius October 15th. That's a great fight for him. I think that that's a great fight for Deontay Wilder, right? I think that that's a good fight to come back to. That's a good fight. That's a very sneaky fight for him. You know what I'm saying? Robert Helenius might not be the greatest in the world, but he's a problem. He's a problem in it. You know what I'm saying? Then you have guys like Andrew Ruiz that could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? After he fights Robert Helenius, that's a good way to keep going on adding to your legacy. Yes, you might not have beaten Tyson Fury, but maybe you could get a full fight and try to get your rematch in, right? Yes, you might be fighting Robert Helenius on the comeback. That's a great fight. That's a good legacy fight. I mean, just a good name to have on your resume. Then you have then you get Andy Ruiz on your resume. That's a good name to have on your resume, right? Just keep doing your thing, bro, and stop listening to these fucking these dummies on YouTube trying to gaslight you and get you killed inside of a ring. Simple as that. These dudes don't have their best interest in you. These dudes don't. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. They look at you as somebody that's very entertaining, that comes out there and goes out to fight for like 15 minutes, gets the knockout, and they get celebrate afterwards while they drinking. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. But they ain't there with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and let's run it back. He says, when asked whether he would report such claims to the authorities, Wilder said he would rather get justice by trying to kill Fury in another boxing match and take a hefty payday while doing so. And look, man, obviously the allegations and all of the stuff that he'd been said, they're obviously, you know, he doesn't have anything concrete to go off of. So the only justice that he could get is in his own hands. You know, simple as that. But Deontay Wilder has said he would rather hurt Tyson Fury inside the ring and get paid millions while doing so instead of going to the authorities over cheating claims. Wilder accused Ricky Hatton of moving the Gypsy King's gloves to reduce the padding around his fists in their first fight and said Fury put something in the size and shape of an egg weight in his gloves during the second fight, which is, it's laughable, but it's not laughable. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, stop living in this guy's head rent free. Please, please, Tyson. Stop living in Deontay Wilder's head rent free. This shit is eating him alive. The poor guy is out here and he's doing these antics for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I would have been happy with Deontay Wilder saying, yo, I want a fourth fight. People obviously was going to say, oh, you're going to get your ass whooped in the fourth fight, but he still wants the fourth fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's respectable, especially after you lost to this guy. That's very respectable. But to say, oh, man, Ricky Hatton, he was moving Tyson Fury's gloves and reduced the padding and his fist the first fight and then the size of an egg weight in his gloves in the second fight. Well, what happened in the third fight, dog? What happened? Where was the conspiracy theories in the fourth fight? Right? It was none. It was none. Simple as that. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. Follow me on Instagram @P4P Boxing Real News. And we out. Peace.